Hello, Mr. Charles. Welcome to Thursday. I haven't got a name for Thursday yet. So we have Money Mondays, Terry Tuesdays. We still from Geico, Hump Day on Wednesdays. What are we going to
And
call
it's
Thursdays?
Thirsty Thursday.
Trifecta Thursday? What do you
There
think?
you go.
Trifecta Thursday. So welcome to Trifecta Thursday. We had a pretty solid day yesterday at Churchill Downs. Hopefully you followed along with us there. And then in the evening, we came back and we had a lot of fun with our guest, CC Perkinson. If you haven't had a chance to check out CC, make sure you go over to, you can see it right here on our channel, the Horse Racing Radar. She's always a wonderful guest, very straightforward, doesn't really hold anything back.
Nope.
I think you'll enjoy that conversation that we had last night with CC. Always a tremendous guest. What did you think?
Yeah, you're right. She doesn't hold anything back. Uh, Pretty funny sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's in a tough business and she's, small barn trying to grow her way out. And, I think she does a good job. Her horse yesterday, though, I felt like, it's funny. Sometimes when we have folks on, I have a list of questions and sometimes sometimes you gotta kind of redirect the conversation back to where you want to go. She kind of knew, I don't know if she knew, but I was going to ask her about the fractions and her horse went out too fast. And she just brought it right up on her own because she's very forthcoming. So I thought that was phenomenal.
The one thing she said about if a jockey gives a super bad ride, that she has a baseball bat in her car or something like that. Yeah, I totally agree with her on that. When if you're a small barn trainer, yeah, you lose your mind.
I can imagine because you got so few opportunities that when you
Yep.
get one, you want to take advantage. Of course, she's kidding. She's not really hitting
Well,
the
I know,
jockeys
yeah,
with
she's
baseball
kidding,
bats.
but you do lose your mind in a sense.
She's not going to go all Tanya Harding on anybody, at least
No.
not yet. All right. So today we're going to hit up Aqueduct, as always, these New York tracks, Naira, and their scratches. Charles throwing you and I for a loop right before we're about to get going. I was surprised that they scratched the turf races today because I was looking last night. The weather was nice yesterday. The weather is
Yeah,
nice today. So I don't know what happened in between.
I don't know either. Don't know what
But
to tell you.
the track is good. The turf is off. And hopefully our picks are on. That's the idea. All right. So race number one, let's get started at race number one at Aqueduct. It's a maiden race for 85,000, maiden special weight, 85,000, 1 mile on the main track. And so far at the Aqueduct meet, looking at 1 mile, the way to the winner's circle looks a little bit like this. You want to have a horse that is blessed with some early speed, but preferably an outside bias. So far, looks like you want to be fast. You want to be on the outside. Our way to the winner's circle worksheet, little grounded corners there. Shadows looking a little 3D today.
There you go.
That's my my latest technological advance. Make your pictures look 3D. All right. So any case, quickly, pilot horses need to be on the lead. EP horses, pilots or co-pilots, usually never more than 2 lengths off the leader when they win or on the lead. Pressure horses, these are co-pilots. They are usually within 2 lengths of the pilot, but never the pilot. Again, same characteristics as a P horse, but also sit and coach at times, come from the back of the plane to the front, and then the closers are always in coach. Looking at this race shape, Charles, we see there are none that have shown a willingness to be a pilot or a co-pilot. Got a trio of horses in here that don't mind pressuring. So the 4 horse, the 6 horse, their early pace figures say, look out. You see these dashes and up arrows. The horses are either same in class or moving up in class, which I feel is key in maidens. Charles, it's Thursday. See what you got. Tell us what you like in race 1.
Well, it's trifecta Thursday. So on paper, the 5 looks like no one can beat him.
Oof.
But
Bold,
I mean,
bold claim.
Well,
In a
that's on
maiden
paper.
race.
On paper, that's what it looks like, and I am going to choose him as my first pick. But I don't think he's gonna be as easy as the odds will say. He ran second last time out.
Won't be
Well bred
easy as
horse.
Sunday morning, as Lionel Richie says.
That's
Easy
right.
as Sunday morning. What do you think? I got a career?
You got it, man. I don't know why you're doing here.
I agree
Uh,
with you wholeheartedly.
you got Irad and Brown as a combination jockey trainer. So it's a tough race because I believe the 2 also has a shot in here. This horse is back on dirt, cuts back on distance, has a hot jockey the last 7 days. So I don't think that big favorite's going to have it super easy. And the 3 horse is my third choice. This horse drops today, moves to the dirt. This horse has that tactical speed, like you were pointing out there. So look for that one to be there. And then my final choice is the 4 horse. Ran second last time, third after a layoff here. So yeah, paper says one thing, but I think when you start adding it all up and look who could do what and when and where, yeah, this is an interesting race.
As you put it all together. All right. Well, yeah, that 5 horse is a really big favorite. I think he was 1-2, something like that.
Yeah, something like favorite. That.
I'm going to try to beat him. Not that you can, but I'm going to go with Adam's Angel. I think this one's going to challenge for the lead. And if you look at the top line, the purchase price, did you catch that, Charles? Was $1 million horse. So at some point, he's got to start living up to that price tag. Let's see if he can do it here. Got a feeling if it's a claiming race, he's going to get claimed, right? If they spent $1 million on him. Number 5, Signal from Noise. As you mentioned, Chad Brown, Irad Ortiz, New York. What more do you really need, especially on a horse that has a top pedigree? But I don't know that you can bet 1-2 in this spot. Number 3 is my third choice in here. That is Wings Like an Eagle. Has the best back class speed numbers by a pretty decent margin. So maybe I was even thinking about putting that one in front of the 5, but I refrained. And then finally, number 6, Princess Sonia. This lady's been off for a long time. She can run the same type of early pace numbers that she did before the break. I think it could be part of the early pace and challenge for this race as they come out of the turn. Whether she can hold on or not, it's another story. Usually a horse that's been off for a while probably needs one. Race number 2 was supposed to be 6 furlongs on the outer turf. Another maiden. This one's a special weight of $70,000. Again, I mentioned it was supposed to be on the turf. It's on dirt. The dirt is off. We have a bunch of, the turf is off. We have a bunch of 6 furlong races today. Early speed matters. You get a slight discount if you are on post 1, 2, and 3. Post 4 through 7 have done the best. There has not been a winner yet from post 8 or out. And our way to the winner's circle worksheet for race number 2, we got some scratches in this deep field. 5 is out. First time starter is out. You have a bunch of horses in here with arrows going every which way. Some that are moving up in class. Some are that running in the same class level. You have the main track entrant that got here in the 13. Only a couple horses here really had some in-race benefits that I thought worked to their advantage. The 9 horse is going to probably be the one with the most early speed. And on the way home, this 4 horse, even though he's climbing up the condition ladder, does have a double plus late pace advantage, meaning if it's within a couple of lengths coming down the stretch, has enough giddy up and go at the end to win. Charles, take us through your picks for this, I think, wide open affair.
Yeah, this is a wide open affair, is correct. The 1 horse is my first choice here. This horse does have speed. He cuts back at distance. Solid workouts. Ran really good last time, even though he finished 6th. It was just 2.5 lengths off, but it was on a turf mile.
That's the 1 horse?
Yeah, this is the 1 horse. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, him coming back, cutting back and everything, I kind of like this cutback from a mile to a 6 furlongs. So look for this horse, may possibly just go wire to wire. And then the 6 horse is my second choice. This horse has been knocking on the door for a while. Ran second the last 2 times. Trainer gets 19% at 46 plus days off. So you got a little fresh horse there. And we got the 3 horse as my third choice. Ran second last time out. Trainer gets 20% when he goes from maiden claimant back to straight maidens, which is an unusual way of doing it. And then, like you said, who's going to be flying at the end will be the 4. Tactical closing speed there. This trainer gets 20% when it's 46 plus days off. So you got another fresh horse. Nice, solid works. So look for him to be coming at the end for some of the gimmicks.
All right. So race number 2, also this horse race is my long shot. Number 4, oops, man, I hate when I press the wrong buttons. It really screws me up if I'm not on the right screen. All right, race number 4. Now I'm on the right screen. Voluse, I guess, did run the top last race speed figure. As we mentioned, it has that plus late pace number. But that last race, when you look at its late charge, it was absolutely brilliant. I also like the fact if you look at its recent works, it suggests to me that the trainer is going to try to push this horse a little bit more forward when the gates open. Number 6, Shinful is the lone EP horse in this field. So when you're going through these numbers, when you're laying out the race like this, and you see a horse sitting in here by itself, you kind of want to put that in there because the race shape usually sets up pretty nicely for those horses. Can't tell you how many times I've seen that horse come through and win. And on top of that, Shinful has a bunch of really quick workouts since the last race on September 17th. Number 7, Laughter, much like the lone EP horse. We have, not so much anymore with the 13 getting in, but the 7 is one of 2 EP horses in here. I do like that. When you have a horse that can, in a race full of horses that have closing and not necessarily upfront speed, the 7 horse should be able to get a very good trip. And last time out, ran at this distance with much better fractions, second off the claim for trainer Rob Altros, which is 31% winner for him. And then finally, number 9, Ard Maca. This one could be your pace setter. So far, Javier Castellano and Jorge Abreu have teamed up twice. You know how many times they've won, Charles?
Twice.
2 for 2, baby. Yes.
All right.
Got to dig that. Race number 3 is a 7 furlong race. This one is a claiming $10,000, purse of $28,000. Kind of horse you want at 7 furlongs is one that has some early speed, preferably to the outside. There's only been 4 races so far, so the data set's really not one that you can wholeheartedly rely on. But we can rely on here is what we've seen from these horses so far. 6 horses scratched. All of these horses, except the 6 horse, interestingly, have some early pace, which could mean similar early pace numbers, which could mean the horse right here with the most late pace might be the one that has the advantage in this spot. Charles, this one is your best bet. Who is it?
Yeah, it's going to be long and gone when those gate pop. That's all I'm going to say. 1.
1.
Wire to Wire. This horse drops today. Has all the speed in the world for this race, and you get the IRAD Rudy Rodriguez combination here, which is awesome. Trainer gets 16% with first-time blinkers and 29% when he drops him down 2 classes. This horse cuts back in distance. Everything's screaming that this horse is just going to fly. My second choice here is the 4. This horse drops today. He pulled up in the last start, his last start, so throw that one out. He broke pretty bad. This horse is hot at the claim box, so it tells me the horse is at least a sound enough horse for this type of racing. And my third choice is the 2. This horse has some of that tactical speed, more on the closing part of it, but drops today. Second time after a layoff, so this horse is about ready to fire. And then my final choice is the 5 for the exotics. Ran second the last 2 times out, and it fits here with these type of horses.
All right, race number 3. I'm going to start off with the 4 horse, Prairie Fire. This horse usually runs very well when it has a little bit of time in the barn for rest and relaxation, just like today. A horse that's really liked the distance so far. He's run 5 times, 2 wins in 2 seconds. And it looks to me like I should have wore the 4 shirt today, right? 4-4-4 to get started. Number 1 is my second choice. Adelaide Miss did run the top last race speed figure, is dropping multiple classes here. Probably could be your front runner, and also is going to get some blinkers, as Terry says, keep his mind on the business at hand. Number 2, Big Tony's Girl. Was a tough call for me to put this one in the 3rd spot between it and the 5. But Aqueduct, this horse has run 12 times, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3. So clearly does okay at the track. the reason why I put the 2 over to 5 as well is the 5 horses track climbing coming up from a lesser track. And the 5 was a tough call for me over the 3, but I decided to go with Trevor, with a horse that has some experience there. So this race, to me, after the first 2, I felt like the next 4, anything could happen. Those next 4. So we move on to race number 4. And let's see if I can continue the run in race number 4 with the 4 horse. Race 4, 1 mile and a 16th on the turf, but they're not on the turf today. This race had a ton of scratches, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I don't have the mile and a 16th on the dirt profile of a winner, but I can tell you that we do have our way to the winners worksheet. And the way it was setting up and the way it kind of still remains is you had a ton of closers in here, but you see the 2's out, the 5's out, the 6 is out, the 8 is out, the 10, the 13. All of a sudden, there's not a whole lot of closers left in this race, right? The 3 is out. So the race shape changes a little bit. It went from being back-loaded to now being a little bit more front-loaded. The 1 horse in here that does look like it has the most early pace is the 9 horse. Has a plus advantage at 2 and 4 furlongs. So could be maybe a half a length ahead of everybody else, a lot of whom have similar late pace numbers. So I think this is another one of these races with all of these scratches, Charles, that could produce a few surprises.
Yeah, after all the scratches, I had to pretty much re-handicap the whole race, basically, because it's a totally different setup. I now think the 15 is going to go to the front, personally, but I still think it's going to set it up for a closer now, even more so, because you have a couple of horses that are going to set it up for the front. They really don't, they don't excite me too much, but the 7 is my closer, and I think is the winner. This horse ran 4th last time out. He only lost by a half a length, so look at that. This horse has that tactical closing speed. He can sit a little closer today if he has to. A hot jockey in the last 7 days, so I believe he's the winner in this race. But I have to admit, there's some couple of speed horses that scare me. The 12 is one of them. Might try the wire to wire. I mean, has the potential to do it. Let's put it that way. So look for that horse. And my third choice to go head and head pretty much through the whole race, which is the 15. Ran 3rd last time out. This horse has that tactical speed. McCarthy stays on this horse, and this horse fits in this type of race. The 16 is my final choice in this race. This horse has that tactical also / closing speed. Rice gets 20% when she puts him in routes, and she claimed this horse 3 back, so she must like this horse pretty good. She's still got it, running pretty well.
All right, so the first race is not all that far off, so I'm going to go quick so we can talk about the race. I like number 7 in here, as you. Stella Mars just missed in her last. It was being better in the last half mile as it was in the previous race. The resume says that this one will probably improve in the second start off a layoff. Number 9, this one I think is going to be your pace setter. No Pain has again, according to Way to the Winner's Circle worksheet, a little bit of an early speed advantage in this race. Been working out really well for this spot. Number 15 is my third choice. New York Banker is the lone EP horse in this field. Again, if you look at our Way to the Winner's Circle, this one's got, he's going to be in the front, very close, maybe that 9. So they're going to have to chase those 2 down. Which one can get to the lead and sustain is probably going to finish in the money. Maybe both, maybe go 1-2. Finally, number 12, Masa Bay. We have Kendrick on a horse that should be forwardly placed. Kendrick was our guest this weekend. If you remember, he says he likes to get off to a good start, shake the races up. What I like about the 12 horses, last time the horse did run some sharper fractions. So we like to see that. All right, so today, race number 1, they're behind the gates there, about ready to go in. So before we go off, what we'll do is we'll set up, well, we'll wait. You want to talk about the race first before, or should we continue on, Charles? What do you think?
Well, how much longer do we have?
They're just loading in now. So we'll let's talk about this first race as it goes live. So we'll talk. I'll do my best to.
Like I said, I think this is I think in this race, I think the favorites, he can be beat. I
Well,
think.
the 5 is 1-5. And I mean, when in this sort of race, you got to try to beat him, right? He's a maiden
Yeah.
special weight race. Doesn't mean he doesn't win, but quite honestly,
Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't see anything in the past performances that, in my opinion, merited David Aragona putting him at 1-5. But there was something in there that he liked, 1-2. All right, so they just broke, and the 5 horse is in between the 4 and the 6. The 2 horse just got an absolutely brutal start, so I think he's pretty much done. And then the 4 is on the rail inside. Come on, 4. Let's go, 4. The 2 might not be done if he can close, but he just got a brutal break, and right now he's not even in the screen. So you got the 4 that's on the lead right now. They're running through open fraction in 23 and 43. So for a mile, that's probably not the fastest. The 3 is crowding up in there. It looks to me like the 6 horse might be done after running 4 wide the entire race. The 3 horse now has moved up on the rail, has taken the lead. So it's 3, 4, and 5, not separated by much between any of them. The 1 now is making a rally from the back. So it looks like he's going to be part of the show here. Let's see. I don't see the 2 coming into the screen at all yet. The 4 is just being passed by the 5. The 3 is maintaining the lead. I think the 1 horse is going to factor into this and probably maybe upset some stuff here. Coming down the stretch, the 2 horses now finally emerging in the picture. That was a really weird run by the 4 right there, to be honest with you, because he kind of faded off a little bit and then came back. Now the 5 is taking control. It's going to go 5, 3, 4. Maybe the 2 horse will get up for 3rd, for 4th. He's coming hard. Maybe can get 3rd if he really, really presses hard. I don't know if he's got enough track left. 5 is your easy winner. I guess David Aragona was right. Then the 3, then the 4, then the 2, and the 1, followed by the 6 way, way, way back. So that's your first race there. And I think I did an incredible job calling that race. You've completely confused the entire way.
You got it 100%.
Well, I called it right, at least 2-1. All right, let's go on to race number 5. Charles, no surprises with that 5 horse winning. Race number 5, 1 mile, claiming $16,000. Again, 1 mile, if you're looking for the profile of a winner, early speed, absolutely outside in bias. Our way to the winner's circle worksheet for race number 5. Again, we got some scratches in here. 4 horse, I think, could have been a player in here. Out. The 2B, or not 2B, the Shakespeare horse is not in this race. Looking at the early race setup, the 1 horse on the front should have some early speed. And these horses back here that have typically been closers, the 1A, the 5, and the 6, all seem to have enough early speed to make them part of the giddy up and go out of the gate, Charles. Tell me how they're going to line up at the finish line.
Well, very interesting race. It was, to me, it's between 2 horses. It was the 1 and the 6, and I lean towards the 6. This horse has got more of the tactical speed. Should like this 1-turn mile. This horse is hot at the claim box, and here's a one that you should open up your wallet and let's go and claim this horse. I think this is be a good claim also. My second choice here is the 1. Which you still get the 1A with it, of course, but the 1 has speed, maybe the speed of all the speed, and well bet every time out that this horse is ran. So this horse is definitely one to look at. And then my third choice is the 5. The 5 horse has got that tactical speed, more on the closing part of it. He goes back on dirt and well bet in his last 2 times out. So I believe he will be right there at the finish. And then my final choice here would be the 3. This horse has won the last 2 times. He was claimed the last time. So I think this horse has definitely got a shot for the piece of the pie.
Yeah, I think this entry is a best bet in here. That's why I make it my best bet. Because if the 1 horse doesn't win, the 1A horse could win. The 1 horse, if you look at it, this part of the entry, if you look at the Aqueduct numbers, like what it's put up at this track before, they're far and away better than anything else than any of this other horse has in here. and it has the most early pace in the race too. So I think it gets to the lead and never gives it up. But if it does give it up, then the 1A, the partner, is a left arrow horse that has some of the most late pace in there. So not only is it going to be closer to the front than usual, has more late energy than most of the others. So it's got monster legs at the end, full of caffeine, top early pace, late pace combination with that 1A. So if not the 1A wins. The 6 horse, the one you want to claim. And we're going to maybe put together a syndicate. A lot of folks seem to have interest in that. We're going to look into the legal end. We'll have a horse racing today. Horse, hopefully. We'll name it CC's Red Pants if we can get a 2-year-old. Anyway, the 6 horse, double shot, third starter after a layoff. First off the claim, going sprint, route sprint, which is a 25% angle for a 13% trainer, what you call an alpha angle around here. Number 3, runabout, is my third choice. This racehorse ran the top last race speed figure and has won 3 of its last 4 races. The thing that downgraded this horse for me is it was claimed by a low win rate trainer. And then finally, number 2, Goldini. This is a lone P horse that could be better in its third start off a layoff. Those lone Ps, again, a lot of times they end up getting nice trips. I had a couple of them. I think 2 of them won yesterday. And I even texted you about one, Charles, and said, man, it's amazing how it happens over and over and over again. If I remember correctly, this is our prime rib pick for, yes, Charles taking a very aggressive approach to his prime rib. He's going to go all in race 2, so he bought that race. He better hope the 4-5 doesn't win.
Yeah, I know.
Race number 3, he's soloing up that 1. Again, race number 4, pressing that all button again. And then in race number 6, I agree with you. I do think that the 1 and the 6 are your 2 most likely winners. I do think that one horse is going to probably gobble up the entry, a lot of money. And yeah, I think 4-5 maybe, Charles?
Yeah, it's going to be close to that, I believe.
And then the 6, but sometimes those horses get beat, and that's when you hope to beat them on the back end. So I'm going to go with my wink link in race number 3, the 4, the 1, and the 2. That pick 4 coming up in just a few minutes in race number 2. So we'll come back to that right before that race starts. If you have any picks that you like in today's races at Aqueduct, Churchill Downs, any of the tracks that are running, hell, hit us up in the comment section. We're always interested. It's a community and what everybody else has to say. If you have some insights, we're looking forward to it. All right, so race number 6, Charles. Oh, yeah, while you're here, please, if you haven't done already, hit the like button on YouTube, the thumbs up, the like button on Facebook. Follow us on our social sites. You see them scrolling down below. Horse Race, the number 2 day, Horse Race Today, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And again, follow us, like us, subscribe to us here on YouTube. All right, Charles. Sorry for that. I always forget to do that. Race number 6, 6 furlongs. We're supposed to be on the outer turf. It's not on the outer turf. It's on the dirt now. It's an allowance, $90,000, non-winners of 1, $90,000 purse. 6 furlongs again. If we take a look at 6 furlongs, we'll see that early speed wins. There's a slight discount in post 1 through 3. 4 through 7 have been the best post positions. Nobody's won yet from 8 or out. In our way to the winner's worksheet, we see in race number 6, again, another deep field that's got thinned out by a bunch of scratches. The 9 is gone. The 14 is gone. The 1 is gone. The 6 is gone. This is a pretty, you can see if you look at this race, it's kind of like a python that just ate a pig, right? Everything is right in the middle with 1 horse on the front, now 1 horse on the back. It makes a pretty interesting race shape to me, Charles. What's the shape of the winner's circle going to look like?
Well, I believe the 1 horse on the back is going to be the one that's going to take it all. This horse drops today, has that tactical closing speed. The horse is 5 for 8. Trainer gets 20% second time off the layoff. So, hey, this horse, it should be setting up for this horse.
And this is your box it up, right, Charles, where we
Yes,
put 4 horses together, $1 exacta box, 50-cent try. And that's because you feel like you're going to get some, and you are going to get some good odds in this race.
Yes, you are definitely going to get good odds in this race. So my second choice is the 5. This is one of them that has speed. This horse was claimed 2 back, going for the 4th straight win in a row. So this horse is definitely a hard knocker. So look out for this horse to try to take it wire to wire. And then my third choice, is the 10. This horse ran 3rd last time out. This horse has that tactical speed. Eric stays on this horse, which is a big plus to me. And then my final horse for the Super and the Tri is the 12 horse. This horse ran second last time out. This horse has the speed to stay right there. Even could take the lead if he wanted to. Cuts back in distance today. Fits well with all these horses. And like you said, I think all these horses are going to be 4-1 or higher.
And just to point out, yesterday you did have the exacta, trifecta, and superfecta. So pat yourself on the back for the box it up yesterday. Unfortunately for you, I had the same 4 horses, so you didn't get to pull any. Didn't get to get away from me. I actually gained some ground yesterday in our contest, which is closed now. So we'll see how it finishes up between Team Charles and Terry and Team Rich. And for me in race number 6, I'm going to start off with the 5 horse in here. This is Train to Artemis. Has some of the most early pace in this race. Catches a weight break in here and is going to be the lone EP horse in a field full of all kinds of stuff. Race horse number 8 is my second choice in here, which is Front and Frida. A PC horse, a pressure closer type with some of the best late pace in this field. But for a horse that can press the lead or maybe lay off, does have a really nice bullet work on November the 11th. So I think that suggests that this horse is probably going to move closer to the front today. Number 12, Charles Madrilena. If she runs the same race that she won last time, I think could be the winner here. But that was a little bit of a pop up. So maybe some regression on tap today. And then finally, number 11. I know all these outside horses where outside doesn't win. Ugh. Should be close to the front all the way out around the track and does have one of the best combinations of early speed and late speed. So should run a complete race. Race 7. Sometimes I wonder if we're looking at the same race when we have different numbers the way we do on that one. But
well, we have two horses the same. I mean, it's a wide open race. I mean, it's like it really is, and they're all, like I said, gonna be 4-1 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's different.
Race 7, 6 furlongs, claiming $16,000, non-winners of 2 lifetime for a purse of $28,000. So we've mentioned 6 furlongs a couple times. You want to have some early speed. You don't necessarily want to be inside 1, 2, or 3. Outside 8 and out hasn't won yet. In race number 7, our way to the winner's circle worksheet. Again, scratches maybe have an impact on this race, maybe not so much, but did take out the horse with the top late pace number and the most early pace, late pace combination. The 4 horse got whacked out of here. You notice a little note, a lot have a similar early pace. That's why none are boxed off. So maybe the horse that has the most late pace of the horses remaining, that would be the 10 horse. And then the 7 horse having the best combination of early speed and late speed. Maybe those 2 are going to factor in here, Charles. I'm not so quite sure about all of them. Which ones do you think are going to factor?
I think this is this horse's race to lose, which is the 10. I think this horse has got the perfect speed, tactical speed to do whatever he wants and be right there close to the leader.
Don't you love its name, Free Chicken?
Free Chicken. That's it. Free Chicken.
Chicken winner dinner, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Winner chicken dinner.
Yeah. So this horse drops off the claim. Rice gets 30% when she drops him off the claim, and she gets 21% when it's first time off the claim. So she claims it and she drops it. So there you go. This is a big whammy here for this horse. 6 horse is my second choice. This horse does have speed. This horse cuts back in distance today. Trainer gets 17%, but 33% when he goes from route to sprint. So there's an angle for you. So look out for this horse to try to steal this race. And then the 9 horse is my third choice. Ran third last 2 times out. Tactical speed fits well with these type of horses. And the 3 horse is this horse has the tactical more on the closing side of it. And then he got bumped at the break last time, so you got probably have to forgive him for that last one. And he is below his claim price, so this horse is running at a much lower class for that.
Number 10, Free Chickens. Love the name. Love the fact that the horse did run the top last race speed figure. As you mentioned, moving down off that claim, high hit rate for trainer Linda Rice. Number 6, Ice Cold Gold. Much better early part of its last race with rider Eric Cancel. It's the first time Eric rode the horse. The horse improved under Eric, so let's see if the horse can improve again in round 2 with Eric on board. Number 1, Moam. It's one of the more lightly raced horses in the field. So when I'm having like difficulty picking between horses, I'm going to take the one that's been a little bit less raced because I feel like it has maybe a little bit more room for upside potential versus a horse that's run more and you got a good idea who that horse might be. Then finally, number 9, My Delicious Bob Dylan horse. What I mean by that, Aqueduct 13 times. Knocking on the door, hasn't opened it yet. 13 races, 6 seconds, 2/3. And then at the distance, 10 times out, 4 seconds and 1/3. So knocking on the winner's circle door, hasn't opened it yet. I don't think today's going to be that day, though, either. But you never know, right? Keep knocking. Sooner or later, the door has to open.
Well, you think that.
Yeah. Race 8's another 6 furlong race. Again, early speed, maybe off the rail, not outside post. They haven't done that well. In race number 8, our way to the winner's circle looks like this. No scratches, so nothing to screw up Charles and I at the end. Pretty well-balanced race as you got some horses that want to be in the front, some horses that want to be in the back, your front runners, your pressure closer types. One sitting right here in the middle, Charles, again. Look out, that lone P horse from those horses that want to be on the front, the 3 and the 4 look like they have the most early speed. Up, catch yourself another lone horse with this lone EP, Charles. The 1 and the 4 could be dangerous. They could get good trips. Are they a part of your picks?
Well, the 1 is part of my picks, yes.
Right.
The 3 horse is my top choice, though. This horse has the speed. Claim last time out. You got a hot jockey trainer combo in the last 14 days. And Kendrick and Rice, they team up pretty well together. So, so that's a good combination. The 7 horse here is my second choice. This horse won for fun last time out by 11 lengths. I mean, destroyed him. So he definitely has the speed to do all the damage he wants to do. And this horse is 9 for 12. So another one that you got to look out for and worry about. And the 8 is my third choice. This one's back on dirt today. Gets IRAD. This horse has some tactical speed, so he'll probably have to use that today to sit off some of the leaders. And then the 1 horse, the one that could take the lead if he wants, could sit where he wants if he kind of wants to. Won last time out, was claimed last time out. So this horse does move up today because of the claim. But don't fault him for that.
Number 7, Sheriff Bianco is my first thoroughbred pick. Here is a left arrow horse. Again, left arrow horses are those horses you see here with the 7 that have enough early speed. Usually are towards the back, middle or back, but their normal pace out of the gates puts the horse in contention for the lead. And those horses over and over and over seem to factor. So we'll see if it can do it again. As you mentioned, did win that last race by 11 lengths. Does have a really nice workout on November 5th since that huge win. So probably still going to be sharp. Number 1, quick return, lone P horse in the field, as we mentioned in our way through the winner's circle worksheet. Won 3 of its last 4 races, but what impressed me is that when I looked at the race internals last time, they were better from the beginning to the middle to the end than the previous start. So improvement across the board. Number 4, Unique Unions is the only EP horse in the field. Running at the right distance for this horse today at 6 furlongs because it's done it 5 times. It's 2 wins and a third. It's tried other distances 4 times, Charles, and it has 0 wins, just like me and you on the track today. And then finally, number 3, tough call for me over the 2 and the 8, but I'm going to go with Foolish Ghost. Kendrick was our guest on Tuesday. Now he's teaming up with Linda Rice. Together, they've won 5 of 9 races. First off, the claim, but what I like that this horse has some really good workouts since Miss Rice claimed the horse and has a lot of back speed. On our show, Kendrick says he loves to kind of shake things up, gets out of the gate quick. So I'd expect to see Foolish Ghost move forward. And if Kendrick can get up on the lead and you start seeing him to look back, I think you pretty much can know he's going to win. Finally, race number 9, the last race on the card, Charles. This one is a maiden claiming for $40,000 if memory serves. Yes, 6 furlongs. Again, you want to have speed, preferably in the middle of the track, not post 1 through 3, especially not 8 and out. This one is your long shot, Charles. But before we get to that, one final time with our pace worksheet, we see a lot of scratches here, sending you and I in a tizzy at the end of the race here. So those horses are all out. Again, we have our arrows. So this horse is dropping in class. This one's dropping in class. This one's dropping flat. The 3 horse, one that's on the front, should have some early speed and contend for the lead. Probably going to be contested by the 1A. The 9 horse is another one, left arrow horse that has the ability to perhaps move forward today. Charles, all right, finish this up. What do you like in the nightcap?
Where you just finished off, that's where I'm going to start. I think the 9. 9 is my long shot of the day. This horse has that tactical, more on the closing side type of speed. Drops in class today. They add the blinkers. The horse ran very well at this level before, so why not? This horse should be knocking on the door. The 10 horse is my second choice. This horse drops today. Bad break on the last time out, but has had a gate work since. So Steve put at least one gate work that we know of on paper. Steve and I ran a combo. That's a good combo to look at. And then the 1A is my third choice. Ran second last time out. Gomez stays on. This horse definitely has the speed to take it if he wanted to, wire to wire. And then the 3 horse is my final choice. This horse drops in class today. Hot jockey in the last 7 days. The trainer gets 31% when he goes from maiden to maiden claimant.
All right. Well, this one's my box it up, Charles, race number 9. I was going to do the same race you did, but I don't want to. I let you guys get first choice all the time, so I clean up behind. I'm going to go with the 3 horse here, Makar, as my top choice in this last race. I think this one could be your pace setter for trainer Brad Cox, who's dropping this horse from maiden special weight to maiden claiming. As much as Brad Cox wins, that's a 31% angle for him. So that's an alpha angle, outperforming his normal win rate. Number 9, Central Love, did run the top last race. Speed figure also coming in from a maiden special rate race, so dropping in class there. But it debuted at this level. So I don't really consider it much of a class drop because it's already tried this level. It didn't win, but it just missed in its debut. So this level should fit nicely for Central Love. 1A, my third choice in here, MCRR. And that's a horse named after me, right? Double R for Rich. Did run better fractions last time out at 7 furlongs compared to 6 furlongs in the previous start. If you've been around here long enough, you know I say that's faster. If you run the same fractions, but you're going longer, you're actually running faster. Number 10, West Star, was a hard choice for me over the 11 horse, but I'm going to take Irad Ortiz on the class dropper. Along with race 9 being the last race, it's also the hot dog pick 4, where we have a little bit less money to spend. Charles, tell me a little bit about your thinking here.
Yeah, because I thought the other races were kind of wide open. It was really tough to do this. I was very close to making race 9 my box up race. And if you go back, we have the same exact 4 horses. So with that being said, I thought that race was going to be an interesting race also. But this is how I narrowed it down. I think in the 8th and the 9th race, those are my top 2 picks. And the other 2 races, I think it's a little bit more wide open and try to spread out a little bit as I can.
I was really close to singling the 3 in race number 9 and being a little bit more depth up top, but didn't go that route. All right, so that's our hot dog pick 4. The prime rib pick 4 is coming up in just a moment for race number 2, about 6 minutes, I think, to post. Charles is going to go all, so he's got a guaranteed winner going through the first leg, and then he's all dependent on that 1 horse in race number 3. Good luck to you with that, Charles, because if you make it through race 3, you're going to be live in race number 5, and I agree with you, the 1 and the 6. So everything I think is going to come down to the 1 for Charles in race number 3. I have race number 3, the 1 as my second choice. Hope for you that the 4 doesn't beat him. Just lying. And then our best bets today, Charles is in race number 3. Mine is in race number 5. Coincidentally, they're both wearing the red number 1 like me. If you want to get the red number 1, head over to horseracingtoday.net. In the menu bar, you see where it says HRT gear. Support the show. Click on it. Go get yourself some nice horse racing gear to wear to the Christmas parties and the holiday parties and whatever it is you're doing. My long shots in race number 2 coming up. That 4 horse doesn't look like it's going to be a long shot, though. It's 5-2 right now. A lot of folks must be watching the show. Charles' long shot in the last race of the day, number 9. That's my box it up. Again, Charles' box it up is in race number 6. So Charles was thinking about doing 6. I was thinking about doing 6. He was thinking about doing 9. So I think we both agree. And the one thing we have found, sometimes we don't pick the right horses necessarily in our box it up, but we do tend to find the race that has the biggest payouts for whatever reason. So we identify the right races.
I think you could identify those type of races when it comes to every horse you like is at least 4-1, if not higher, every horse you like. And that's going to be a race that you should spread a little bit and try to hit those supers and tries.
For sure. And then, of course, trying to find winners, our good friend, Professor Sides at Picks with the Professor. There's a link in the description down below if you're going to take a look at some college basketball, college football, hockey. The statistics professor's got his model that hits. You can see they're up 32.32 units on the all plays of the day. That's a heck of a number to be up. So make sure you use the link below. Go check out Professor Sides. And also today, if you're going to bet at Charlestown tonight, in honor of our good friend Charles here, we made Charlestown the free track of the day this evening. If you'll see in race number 1, Stop Watch Sony at the number 6 horse is a best bet. You can get all of our best bets, all of our picks for every track today over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Again, there is a link in the description down below. Kindly use that so they know where you're coming from. Charles, that wraps it up for today. Any final thoughts before we get up and get out of here?
No, just stay tuned for Saturday. We will be doing Del Mar, right?
Yes, Charles and I will be back same time at 12 o'clock Eastern on Saturday to cover Del Mar. I'll be back tomorrow with our 22-1 Tom for our Foreign Fridays. We'll go down under at Ascot for a little bit of Australian horse racing. That's always fun. On Monday, Terry and I will be back. Parks, like always. Seems we've got a lot of Parks fans. A lot of people asking us on Tuesday, hey, man, why aren't you doing Parks on Tuesdays like you do on Mondays? And then, of course, we'll be in our regular schedule next week. And Jamie Martinez, the wonderful Jamie Martinez with her magnetic smile, will join Sean for Horse Center on Monday night. They have a great list of guests lined up there as well. So, like always, good stuff going on here, Charles.
So next week is Thanksgiving week, right? So
yes. Probably be off Thursday.
Yeah. I was going to say what we're doing on Thursday. We'll let everybody know ahead of time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what we do on Thursday.
Yeah.
You and I will talk it out. Maybe we'll be back if there's any racing, do a quick show, get it done, so that when people are together celebrating, getting the turkey tired, they can talk about all the winners they hit watching horse racing today in the morning. We'll make it a new tradition. Football, horse racing today, and turkey. What do you think about that?
There we go. We can have our football pick and horse picks.
Absolutely. All right. Folks, no matter what it is you're doing for the rest of this day, please make it a blessed day. I hope that everybody has a blessed day today. Of course, we hope all of our picks, Charles, that they end up in one place, and it can only be
the winner circle.
Yes, indeed. Thanks again for joining us. Everybody have a fantastic trifecta Thursday.